there seems to be a lot more talk about economic collapse on the internet. Maybe it's true too. I kind of think it's somewhat true. Maybe a slow collapse, or whatever the heck you want to call it. But nothing ever collapses as long as people got the right positive attitude and can stay active in actually real constructive things, like growing hemp or something, or medicinal marijuana oil. I have to interject that. I don't care. But anyway, I think there's one place that's having a collapse is this Sprott Physical Silver Trust. I mean, the thing is actually down almost practically where it started. Well, not exactly. It started around 1050. Now it's at 1171. And it's collapsing along with the price of silver, and also it's losing its premium, which is below 5%. Now, that I consider economic collapse. Silver, platinum, palladium, and that type of stuff, and gold, but in oil. But anyway, I think the commodities will spring back, and I'm going to wait a real long time where I think something's really dirt cheap before I spend any more money in investing in metals, because I want to see nothing that goes down. I want to see stuff that goes up. But I was looking at, I'm not too much of a fan of this person, but I have to comment, and I don't want to be too critical. Actually, I'm not a fan of this person at all. It's on SGT Bull Report, and they're talking about the coming collapse. If the power grid goes down, all bets are off. And this is James Wesley Rawless, and you can look at his survival blog and stuff. I want to caution people about being excessively worried about stuff, and freedom of speech, freedom of what the heck you could say, but I don't like when I don't like the message that's being played here, and it's being played to the fearful, and the people looking for rumors, looking for information that's on the inside, what's going to happen. And you know what? Like I said, I'm older than most people. I'm probably a couple decades older than this guy, but I'll tell you, I'm still very alert, very physically fit, and do all the nutritional support for body and mind that my brain is not clogged up by the garbage that's out there that most people eat, that type of stuff. But I think this type of stuff is kind of irresponsible, and I don't really like it. And but at the same time, I could tell you what I did. This is a survival blog. That's just this James, what's his name? James Wesley Rawls, I guess it is. It's it's playing to the doomsdayers. Now, there's some truth possibly to that. There can always be a doomsday. There can always be something that's catastrophic that can even happen in your area. Like I pointed out, in California, they can have that big earthquake that's been talked about so long. And even in Yellowstone Park, there could be the big volcano or something. A San Andreas fault can go off. There could be a hurricane, various things, tornadoes in the Midwest. And, I guess it's always good to be prepared. Now, actually, myself, am I prepared? Yeah, pretty good. I think far more so than anybody. And, you talk about the power grid. I got like 500 gallons of diesel not far away that works off an electric pump or manual pump, either way. And it's not much. The electric pump, you just hook it up to an inverter in a battery, and you fill it up. Now, the actual generators I got, they're very fuel efficient. They'll last for many, many hours. Got some solar panels, inverters, like stronger ones, like 1200 watt stuff, and recyclable batteries and different things like that. The kind of deep cycle batteries and stuff. And, if the power went off, I'd probably be the only one around here that has electricity. But I always wonder, how would that work? If nobody around me had electricity and I did, ooh, that wouldn't be too cool. So, I really look at this garbage God, it's like fear-mongering to the max. Fear-mongering. And, I don't particularly like it, to tell you the truth. And, you should be prepared, but you should stay calm And I just don't like the message that they're throwing out there left and right, because they're panicking people and they're making a lot of irrational choices, and they're always thinking the end is near. It might be, but I could tell you during the 50s, the end was always near because the Russians were going to nuke the crap out of the United States, you know. That was always on everybody's mind. That may have been close to happening. Who the hell knows? It could have been. But obviously it did not happen. You know, the end can always be nearer with a lightning bolt, too. You know, you never know. And there could always be that fluke accident, you know. Somebody has a heart attack driving a truck while you're at an intersection, and they run the red light and they kill you. So, you know, fear-mongering has no place of business as far as in my vocabulary. But being prepared is common sense. But being prepared with silver, I don't know. Right now, it is getting killed. But I think it is going to spring way up. And unfortunately, the way I think the situation is going to play out with silver is industry globally is going to have to be very, very strong for silver to actually get to that ratio. They talk about the 15 to 1, 10 to 1. And I know Big Square likes to say 1 to 1, but I don't know. God, I can't even comment on Big Square. Oh my God. Anyway, but you know, when they say it's 1 to 1, yeah. And I know there's people out there that are totally convinced. It's not going to go like that crazy, and it, you know, it may be some real decades from now if there's something really fundamentally that changes. But anywhere within years from now, from like 5 years out at least, it's definitely not going anywhere near that. But it could get down to those real good ratio of 15 to 1 on the silver to gold. But that means there's going to be a lot of industrial demand, which might be warfare, industrial, global military, industrial complex type demand. That's where I think it's probably going to come from, which is going to have a flip side to it, which is not good. You might be making a lot of money, having been in the right asset class area, but on the flip side, it might be a lot of global kind of tensions going on with military buildup and various conflicts going on, because I think there's, I think we're playing out a cycle possibly just like there was in the 1930s. There was global economic collapse then, and it was followed by global war. So I don't like the idea behind all that, and but I also don't like people getting all freaked out about things either, or people that sometimes I feel like this guy, my opinion on this guy, Sergeant STG, I don't know where he gets his SG Sergeant, whatever the hell it was. He gets this. It's a fear mongering. I particularly don't like that, because I really don't think when they're saying a collapse is coming that the power grid is going down. That's ludicrous. That's ludicrous. The power grid can go down if in the event of weather-related emergencies, or if it's a national power grid. That would mean you're probably attacked by electronic magnetic pulse or some garbage like that. I don't know. That could be. But, I mean, God, I mean, if that's the case, I mean, what are you going to do, right? I would say you probably should have a lot of food and water on hand, and you're not going to have lights. How's that? Because if it was EMP, even if you got the right equipment, it could be fried. I don't know. It could be. But, you know, I just don't like this association with economic collapse and like the total globe falling apart. Because, you know, I swear to God, these guys are in business for this stuff. They're in a business of fear. I don't like it. I don't like it. And actually what the message they're doing is being presented in such a way that people are always on edge. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I think people need to remain calm and, you know, do some of these things, but don't freak out about it. God, it's like a whole freaking get people all worked up so they buy stuff. That's really what I see it as. So, or you know, they support this, whatever the heck it is. So I am not much on this fear-mongering stuff at all. I just think it's something to keep in mind. Don't be like an ostrich and stick your head in the sand and don't observe what's going on around you, and do prepare for things, but do it in a calm fashion. And actually, I think what the real collapse that's going on here is in this Sprott Physical Silver Trust. It's getting clobbered. And if Sprott is the silver guru, he's got to help us out. I mean, this guy's getting to be, I know he's already out of his PSLV right now, but come on, Sprott, you got to be doing better. I mean, you got to be pushing this stuff a little bit better than you are. I mean, I'm trying to harp it a little bit too because I'm a vested interest in it. But the next time you sell, you call me up and let me know. I promise I won't tell anybody, and then I'll sell. So that's the way we'll work. All right?